All right, folks. Man, it's been a day. We did a live just a couple of minutes ago. I don't think it even went through. I don't even think it played. But we're trying it again. We're late doing it. We had some weather came through. The lightning was just crazy. So we're hey Miss Wednesday. We are an hour and a half late doing this live. And I apologize, but the weather was the weather was bad here. Hey heroes, what's happening? Yeah, I did this a couple of minutes ago, but I don't even think it went through. I don't think it went. I don't think it went live. So we're live now.
Your name, I can't hear your neighbor just the talking.
Leon.
I thought I heard somebody, and I looked around the thing.
So Chris is in here.
Hey, Chris, hey, Wednesday.
Heroes, did y'all get through with y'all's live? I didn't even look to see if y'all were still live or not. Yep, Wednesday was the first one. You win. You win a gazillion dollars. I'm sure it's coming. Just watch the mailbox.
Just sit by the box.
Yeah, just sit by the box. It's coming. I need some more coffee.
Yeah.
You want to get it from me? You want me to go
I
get it?
can go get it in just a minute.
So, yeah, the weather was bad, huh?
Put your cup here.
And
We'll have to reach to
we started not to even do this live since we were so late. We thought we might just wait till next week. But anyhow, here we are. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not interrupting y'all's live tonight. I've enjoyed watching y'all make your stuff. You know, I watch a little bit. I usually come in and say hello, and I'll watch for a little while, but and I'll leave it running so you guys get the watch time. But I don't sit at the computer a long time like that. I do stuff. Yeah, I do stuff. Working on my old trucks. I've been cutting grass here lately. With all this rain, man, my grass is growing like crazy. I get all the grass cut, and I'll look around in 2-3 days. It looks like it needs cutting again. You know, and I'm probably cutting 4 acres of grass. And I usually do it in sections and over a couple of days. I can cut it all in one day, but it'd take a whole lot of time. Yeah, it'd take a whole lot of time to get it all done in one day. But I have done it before. And then today, just as I finished up what I was cutting, my belt broke, which I'm glad it waited till I was through cutting. But anyway, I had to order a belt. Hey, Georgie, glad you're in here. Ordered me a new belt and a filter and a couple other things I need for my mower. They'll be here in a few days. So
Georgie.
I'll take one day to just work on the mower. I'm working on everything right now. My boat motor's messed up. I'm working on that, and I got to work on the mower. Of course, working on my old truck, that's kind of hobby, so I don't count that. But working on it seems like everything needs working on right now. So, Georgie, what's happening in your world? Pants on the ground.
Hold on.
Pants on the ground. All right, Wednesday, I'm trying to figure out what you tell. I might want to tell you need to pull them up.
Hey.
If your pants on the ground, you might want to pull them up there Wednesday.
Could be
She might
plumber.
be talking about her husband. It might
Could
be the
be the
plumber.
plumber.
His pants done fell to the ground. Yeah, got that plumber crack showing. Again, we got some chickens that are sitting on some eggs. We said that on the first one that didn't go through.
It didn't go through. How you know?
I went and looked. Yeah, we got some chickens that are sitting on some eggs, so we should be getting chicks just any day now.
Got one.
We have one that started hatching out yesterday, and I think
I don't think it was trying to hatch out. I think that
that chicken pecked it.
got it out of there.
I don't know. Anyhow, it didn't make it. So, but we got I don't know. It's probably about 8 eggs up on them. It could be hatching out just any time. Mr. Mooner, that's right. Yeah. So Chris was there this morning. We watched the
I was
colibris.
talking about yours. Broke belt.
Oh, it's on my mower.
It's true.
Yeah, the belt on my mower, which I usually have to change that belt about once a year probably. Because I cut a lot of grass and it wears the
He
belt
cuts
out.
the grass, runs over the sticks.
Yeah, I don't pick up
limbs.
sticks. I mulch.
That's not mulch. He wonders why his belt.
Yeah, I don't pick. Well, that really ain't got anything to do with that.
Why did that belt come off at the country?
Oh, that was a different belt, but that's because a stick run up in there.
Okay, because you didn't pick the stick up.
Yeah. There's that comb again. My back scratcher. I use my back scratcher for my hair. Scratch my back. Yeah, the colibris come this morning. I'm thinking about kind of shutting the feeder videos down until winter. Because it's just summertime. They don't come to the feeder a lot. And that takes up 2 hours of my morning sitting here running that stream. Because it can mess up and I have to be here to fix it. Uh-oh. Here y'all go. Banding together. I know how you women are.
I'm always right.
Y'all stick together.
I'm always right. Just ask me.
Yeah, y'all stick together.
Just ask me. I'm always right.
I'm not picking up the sticks, Georgia. I'll run over them and let that lawnmower chop them up.
And then wonders why his blade is dull.
I'll pick
I
up
don't know.
big sticks.
You don't pick up.
I do. I pick up a few.
You don't.
Look for something else to film. I know what you mean, Chris. Well, it's so hot here right now. Really, my best time to get out and do stuff is that
Correct,
time of the
Wednesday.
morning. Yeah. Women are always right.
Yeah, just ask us.
But that 2 hours is a good time for me to be outside doing stuff. And then after that, it's pretty hot. So I don't know. And then again, the winter time, the feeders should be more active. They'll depend on that feed. Now y'all got Georgie in there with you talking about wasting money on belts.
In blades.
Man.
Keep his pants off the ground. I'm trying.
I ordered some new wheels to go on the deck. I ordered the belt. I ordered an oil filter so I can change the oil. I've already got 2 new blades out there, 3 new blades out there. When it needs blades again, I've already got an extra set.
Bingo. I hadn't played bingo. Does that say bingo? Card.
Had me whining or winning?
I hadn't played bingo in a long time. I used to like to play
You
bingo.
gotta tell me what you're talking about there, George. What do you mean? Is that? I don't know. What's she talking about?
You talking to me?
Yeah, she's talking about me whining on a bingo card.
Well, I don't know.
Y'all playing some kind of bingo and I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what George is trying to tell me about there. Some kind of bingo. And I'm not whining. I'm just telling the truth. I got to work on my lawnmower every now and then, through no fault of my own.
Mm-hmm.
About time for a new one. There you go, Chris. That's right. We just let them ramble on and talk their junk, and we do it our way. Whining. Okay.
Well,
I don't tell y'all how to cook.
that's because we know how to cook. We don't need the instruction. Huh.
I'm trying to catch the sarcasm there, Georgie. I'm old. That's some of that young sarcasm, and I'm old. There's old Mitch. I can't even say it. Mismatch Menace. That's hard to say. Should have left it Dennis the Menace.
Was it?
It was. Now it's Mismatched Menace. That's hard to say.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Hmm.
I might just call it 3M.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. You didn't miss much. We're just getting started.
That's exactly what I said. Don't need instructions. If I got the ingredients, I can make it work. Just look at it and say, that looks good there.
Yeah, it is a number. Right now, mine's a pretty big number. Yep. My
See?
number's bigger than yours. Baby changed it. Can't say no to her. I got you.
We can turn our numbers around and be better.
Yeah. Yeah, if I turn my numbers around, it'd be better. Yeah, I don't blame you for changing the name. It's just, that is kind of hard. That's a tongue twister. I guess till we say it enough. It says antique needs more maintenance. Actually, mine's not an antique. How old's my mower? Probably about 7 years old. Yeah, I've had it for about 7 years.
Yeah.
But I'm cutting a big area.
6 or 7 because we was already up here.
Because I had a riding mower for a while, and I finally bought a zero turn.
Yeah.
Look, that zero turn, man, that's the cat's meow right there. I love having that zero turn.
It was kind of funny. I should have videoed you when you first got on it, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it took a minute.
That was kind of funny.
I'm used to it now, though. But boy, man, it cuts your cutting time down. All right, somebody's bus needs an oil change. Oh, I did see something earlier about somebody getting thrown under the bus. I saw some of that in the chat. Yeah, Wednesday. I've had it for about 7 years. But it's the first zero turn that I bought. I had a riding mower prior to that. And the zero turn, man, it cut my time down on cutting grass probably close to half. It made a big difference. But I've had that one a pretty good while, and I've run it pretty hard. One of these days, I might have to get me a new one. Just politely put her up under the bus, right? You didn't throw her. They did carve it in the rock to write a book.
I ain't gonna play with that because I can break my finger.
I don't know. I was just seeing what you're doing. But hey, look, those books we wrote on stone, they still around. Them paper books, they rock. Get you on fire. Get lost. What's crooked?
That picture right there.
No.
Bad.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat. She's laughing. Look, I got me As military people, we have an I love me wall. I'm gonna show y'all my I love me wall. So I've got all of my military things up on the wall. And she talks about they're crooked.
That one.
Which one?
That one right there.
The one, the group picture right there?
Crooked.
Hmm.
Bad crooked.
Bad crooked. So most military guys, they put together their I love me wall and put all their awards and decorations and attaboys and all that stuff up there. She sits down and looks up at the wall and says, oh, that's crooked. Whereas fellas, we don't even notice.
I straighten it all the time.
Thank you, Chris. It was a long career to earn all them attaboys up there. See?
It's not. Trust
Look
me.
straight to him.
It's not.
Straight enough.
I'm gonna fix it.
And speaking of military, our son just made major. Yeah, we got a major in the family now.
Well, you just got to pin it on.
Yeah, he got picked up for it a while back, but he technically just got to pin it on a couple of weeks ago. So now we have a major. So it'll be a few years, but next for him will be Lieutenant Colonel. Woohoo!
Is this the thing we need?
So proud of our children. Both boys were in the military. The other one got out. One's still in. Daughter and her husband doing good. All our kids are doing good. We're happy about that. Thank you, Wednesday. All right, so we're going to run through this thing tonight kind of quick. I mean, it's probably crooked. It might be crooked.
What?
Georgia said if it was built by a man, it's probably crooked.
Well, I know it's crooked.
I don't know if you've noticed when you go to a construction site.
They build everything crooked. I had to tell them this stuff was crooked. You tell me.
It's mostly men working in construction. They've built this whole country. The whole country isn't crooked. Something's got to be straight.
It was straight when I told them to straighten that wall.
That's why we have levels we use.
They didn't know how to use the level. I had to tell them.
You're welcome, Wednesday. Thank you for thanking me for my service. Woo! I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. People thank me for my service. I don't know how to take that. I mean, I know they're being nice, but
Well, when you tell somebody thank you for your service, you tell people
I
that.
know. I don't know. It just makes me feel awkward.
Why?
I don't know. It just does.
You should be proud.
Daughter is dating an Army guy. Well, good. Oh,
Thank
Lord.
you.
Now we got
Georgie.
Team Sonsi.
Thank you, Georgie. I did have to tell them that the wall was crooked when they were building the house.
I got to give her that one. She did tell him that.
He kept trying to tell me, well, it'll straighten up. I said, well, if it don't, you're going to tear it out and start over.
Yeah, we had this house built that we're in.
And then he fixed it. See?
I know.
Same way when you tell
Menace.
somebody.
I know they're being nice and polite and it's a respect
Just
thing.
say
but
thank you.
I do. I say thank
Or you're welcome. Or whatever.
you. Well, you know,
You said you started telling people you were worth it.
yeah. I've got my stuff here, you know, my private stuff here in the house, and she'll tell you this, I hardly ever wear anything showing that I was in the service.
I tell people.
Every now and then I'll wear a hat or something, but very sad. I'm not one of those that goes around with the big hat and stuff all over it, and I just don't. Got back from Iran. Probably was Iraq.
That's what she said, or maybe it was Iraq.
Yep, probably Iraq. I've been there. Spent my time over in that sand. I was over there for a year. And then I spent another year over in Afghanistan. Just part of it, that's all. Yeah, that's what I used to say when people thank me. I said, well, you were worth it, because really that's the reason we're there, on behalf of everybody back home. Money from there. Yeah, there's a bunch of guys when we were over there. They brought a ton of that Iraqi money back. Had Saddam Hussein's picture on it, and it was worthless. But they thought that maybe at some point it would be, it would have some value come back to it, and they done got all this money for pennies. But that never happened. I think I even sent a little bit of it home just for.
I think Sarah's got it.
I think I sent some to my daughter.
I'm not sure.
Just for a keepsake. But they were doing it thinking they were going to kind of scheme the system, buy it when it wasn't worth anything, that later on somehow it's going to get some of its value back. But it never did and never will. The only pair of glasses I've got in. Of all of them I've got.
You got 2 or 3 pair in the car. There's a pair.
That's not cheaters. These are just regular glasses.
There's some right there.
Where?
Right there.
Regular glasses.
How do you have so many regular glasses?
I got 3 pair of regular glasses that I don't use at the computer. And one broke pair of cheaters. I don't have anything in there. But what's this?
Glasses.
That's yours though. That's something.
But they're not pink.
They're not pink, but they're the old cat eye shaped glasses. Make me look like I'm transitioning.
Well,
See, look. See, I put the woman's glasses on. It looks like I'm transitioning. All right, let's see. All right, so have stuff from when my GGGF. What is that? You got to help me with all these things they put on there. I don't know what GGGF is.
Goat Girl Goo Goo Goggles.
I'm going to say the last GF is girlfriend. I don't know what the first 2 G's are. Tell me what GGGF is, Wednesday. Help me out. Gold or, see what Chris is saying there, gold or diamond, best way to go. I don't know. That's about enough of that, Chris. Wait till I get my boob job. Then you can ask me out.
Wait a minute, will that make me gay?
I don't know what that's going to make you. All right, I hadn't put these on in a while. Get my sideburns straightened out. Now what you got to say? Thank you very much. Because you ain't nothing but a hound dog. You're gonna have to read it to me. I can't read it now.
Well, it's talking about diamonds. You're gonna take them things off, put real glasses on.
A honka burn in love. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time. You gonna be the doo-wop girl?
No, you're losing me here.
You going to sleep?
Well.
They'll
just look.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, if Elvis was still alive, his hair would probably be about this color. It'd be all white. Elvis would be, how old would Elvis be? He'd be almost 90 years old, probably, if he was still alive.
No,
Yeah, I'll bet you.
you got to Google over there.
How old do y'all think Elvis would be if he was still alive? I'm gonna say he'd be about 88.
No,
No, you don't think so? All right.
I'm gonna think.
Somebody Google it.
I'm
Google it and tell me how old would Elvis be if he was alive right now?
upper 70s.
Upper 70s? No, he'd be in his 80s. I think he'd be in his upper 80s. You know, they got that. Well, I'm gonna let one of them Google it. They got that preacher up in, is it Arkansas, that looks like him. Everybody says that's him, and he faked his death, and now because the guy sounds like him, sings like him, looks like him, but he's not old enough. Elvis would be way up in age if he was still alive. I still say he'd be in his upper 80s. I'm gonna look on my phone since nobody out there is gonna do it. I figured Georgie'd be all over that. Boom. A hunk of burning love. I can't do the lip.
No, you really can't.
I can try. You ain't a nothing but a hound, no. Crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Elvis in the house.
Well, that's not searching.
Am I gonna have to do it on the computer?
I guess it's not wanting to
All right,
search.
let me put my girly glasses on. I'm gonna look. Born January 1935. So he would be, this is 25. He would be 90.
That's what I said.
No, you did not. Don't even, he'd be in his 70s. I'm like, no, he'd
I
be in
said
his
upper
upper
70s.
I said upper 80s. I'm thinking 88. Yeah, I know he was born on January the 8th and he died on August the 16th.
15th or 16th?
16th.
Because Sherry's
birthday is the 15th. He died on the 16th. And January the 8th is his birthday. My mother's birthday was December the 8th. And sometimes I would get them confused.
I'd have to straighten them out.
But yeah, I knew January 8th and August 16th. I want to say around 77, somewhere in there, he died.
Yeah, we was kind of young.
Yeah. I'm thinking 77. It might have been 78. But I'm thinking 77. And I'll tell you another little tidbit. I saw Elvis in concert. I was a little fella. I was probably about 12 when I saw him in concert. Yeah. Jackson, Mississippi. Sure did. It's getting to where fewer and fewer people can say they saw him in concert. But he's been gone a long time. So yeah, he would be 90 years old. So anyhow, they show this preacher up in Arkansas. I don't even remember his name, but he looks like him, and everybody's just, 77. I was right. A lot of people want to say that that's really him, and yada yada. But the guy's not old enough. I mean, he looks like he's in his 70s. Another little tidbit I can give you. I worked with a medic that was a medic up in Memphis when Elvis died. He did not go on that call, but one of his friends did. And his friend told him, yep, Elvis gone. Elvis checked out of the net. Bob Joyce, that's right. That's the name. I knew I'd know it if I heard it, but I couldn't remember it off the top of my head there. Yeah, they try to say he does favor him, and he does sound like him. He sings like him. I think he's learned how to sing like him over the years, and I think he likes the attention. But you can look at him and tell he's not 90 years old.
There was only one Elvis.
Oh yeah, I don't believe there'll ever
There's
be
a bunch of wannabe Elvises.
another entertainer that can take things by storm like he did. I don't know. He was good. Put on a good show. I'm glad I got to go see one. All right, something about Bob Joyce. I can see it. Can you read it?
Mm-hmm.
What does it say? I can't see it good enough to read.
Put your glasses back on.
Well, I kind of like these. I'm kind of liking the
Put
Elvis
those.
look up under those.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's enough room. These are kind of tight.
Well, they just have to stand out and
I don't
do
know.
it. The work. Do it.
Y'all killing me. I don't know if I can make this work.
See?
All right. All right, let's see then. Bob Joyce could be a brother, cousin, something, but related somehow. He looks a lot like him. He does.
Google him. Let me see.
Bob Joyce. You ever seen anything on him?
Oh, yes.
He's a preacher at a little old church up in Arkansas somewhere. And he does look like he favors Elvis. And he sings like him. He play a piano and all that stuff. And a lot of people, conspiracy people trying to say that he's the real Elvis. But he's not old enough. Yeah, it could be his son. That's right. There he is. They've even done how they'll superimpose one picture over another. They'll put Elvis's face over Bob Joyce's face and, try to line up the eyes and all that stuff to try to prove it's him. But I mean, he's not old enough.
No, I don't even think so at all.
You don't think it looks like him at all?
Mm-mm.
There we go. See, Chauncey just disproved
right.
that whole thing. I think he favors Elvis, and I think he's a big Elvis fan. And, he tries to look like him and sound like him. But that's not Elvis. He's not near old enough to be Elvis. And Chris is over there in Belgium saying, that's interesting. You never heard of all this, have you? It's stuff all over the internet about that.
Hey, Yankee Bill.
Yankee Bell jumped in there. So you still have one of the, you have a newspaper that had the article in it from back in 77. That's pretty cool. So you're saying Bob Joyce was born in 58? Is that who you're talking about Wednesday? That sounds about right. So he's nowhere near as old as Elvis was.
Do like the song that he and his daughter, they put together, he and his daughter singing together.
Yeah.
Elvis.
Yeah. Back when, see, this thing's falling down there because I got them other glasses in the way. So back when Elvis was at the height and everything, and I was a kid, and, everybody wanted to be Elvis.
They still do.
Or have that lifestyle kind
I mean,
of
they
thing.
wear glasses with sideburns and stuff.
I
Everybody
know.
wants to be
Everybody
Elvis.
wants to be Elvis. But, hey,
Hey,
Miss PJ. But now when I see what happened, he died young.
42.
His daughter died young. And so much tragedy in the family and all. I wouldn't want to be like that. I wouldn't want to be that. Yeah, Miss PJ said y'all need to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and share. Yankee Bell was only 2 when Elvis passed away. I was probably
12.
15.
If it was in 77?
77, 63, 17, 10, was 14.
14. It's close.
I was closer than you. I said 15. I was off by 1. You were off by 2. And then looked at me like I was crazy for saying what I said. Now, they're all going to agree with you because y'all got the Sansi Mafia going on here. Y'all do. You and Georgie started the Sansi Mafia.
Yeah.
And now I got to live with the Sansi Mafia.
Okay.
You get that off of there. That's in our way sometimes. So yeah, we apologize for being late today, but it just happened. We'll try to do better next week. Next week we'll hit it at 6 o'clock like we should. Hey, Heroes agrees with me. Chris agrees with me. Yeah. I was right. Yes.
Well,
I was closer to right than you were. So we're at that age. I ought to pan the camera over here. We're at that age. Our back gets to hurting, and we have to lay on the floor. It helps our back. So somebody's laying on the floor over here. I'm not going to show it. I don't want the Sansi Mafia coming after me because I showed something that she didn't want me to show. When she gets up, I might need to go there. No, I don't want to jinx it, but my back's been doing pretty good here lately. Chair does. Little stool. What? Well, you weren't laying all in the floor.
I can't help it.
Let me see. I need to find.
What?
I'm looking for something. Just hang on.
Is that pet of the week?
It's going to be the pet of the week. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you find the other one?
I have no. What other one? Oh, let me see. I heard you. I don't know where.
And right there. She's right there.
Oh, yeah.
You can't hardly see her.
Car going down the road. They see it out the window.
That's the only one.
I don't know. Yep, I guess so. If it's going to open up. I mean, it opened up behind it. Yeah.
Look how sweet. It makes me sad. Wait a minute.
What? She got something up her sleeve. She's going to do something. So what have y'all want to talk about anything that's in the news? What are y'all paying attention to? That's right, the Sansi Mafia. Y'all got it started. Georgie and Sansi and Wednesday and Miss PJ, Yankee Bell, y'all are all part of the Sansi Mafia. And I'm scared. Hey, Heroes put hashtag save Larry. That's right. I need saving. I got the Sansi Mafia on me.
Oh, let me see what I can find. Not there. Yeah, there. Just wait a minute. A long ways.
Well, if you find it there, how am I going to show it here?
Well, that's not my problem.
My goodness. My goodness. All right, you got to let me have a chair. I got to find a pic. I'm channeling my inner Elvis.
A pic?
Yeah.
I just had one.
Got one right here. Got me a pic.
Oh, I'm cold.
You know, last time I checked, it's our house. We can set the thermostat where we want it. If you're cold, you can go turn it up.
Aw. His best buds.
I don't know any Elvis songs. I ought to learn some.
Yes, you do.
Which one?
Oh, you sang it to Cindy.
Oh, I don't remember. I did have one in my computer, but I don't. You ain't nothing but a hound. I don't know what key that's in. Crying all the time. Did Johnny Cash wearing the Elvis glasses? I hear that train come rolling around me. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison and time keeps dragging on. That train keeps moving on down to San Antonio. Yeah, that's a mash up there, isn't it? Wearing Elvis glasses and doing Johnny Cash. I bet these rich folks see him in some fancy dining car, drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. The people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. If they free me from this prison, if that railroad train's mine, then I move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
Look at her duck lips. She's pouting.
Okay, maybe I need one of these days. I'll learn an Elvis song. Now I'll do an Elvis song.
You might have to do that one because I know I've got her duck lips somewhere.
Okay. So y'all know the big thing in the news. Let's talk about something in the news. Yeah, well, they can see you. You know, the big thing is Israel and Iran. Israel has got to take out that nuclear stuff. Because you know, Iran, if they manage to get nuclear weapons, they're going to immediately use them against Israel. They want to annihilate Israel, so Israel has to do something. I don't know to what extent we're going to get involved. They don't have, Israel does not have the basically the bunker busting capability that we got. They can do some, but if they got this stuff deep enough in the ground, we're the only ones that can get to it. And if that's the case, um, we might have to get involved. I don't know, but yeah, Israel, not really. I'm gonna say not really just Israel. If they had nuclear weapons, that gives them a stronger voice at the world table. They could use that. They could use that and threaten shipping lanes, and they could disrupt global. They could have a global impact if they had that kind of power. And they're a rogue enough regime, they would do it. So really, it's in the world's best interest, especially Israel, but in the world's best interest that they not have nuclear weapons. I'm surprised it took this long. I think Trump, he gave them 60 days to come to the table. I think he wanted to sit them down and say, look, you've got to stop your nuclear program or things are fixing to get bad. And they wouldn't even come to the table. So when that time was up, that's what happens. Thank you, Georgie, since you like it when I sing. It probably doesn't sound good through these microphones and stuff, but I have fun with it. I have a band. It's only two of us, but I have a band. But it's hard to get her to play. She, she's got this little mafia thing going on, and she don't. It's hard to get her instrument out and play along with me. But sometimes she does, and we have fun.
I can't find it. I'll find it as soon as you do that.
She's looking for a picture. So we need more pets of the week coming in. We're going to share one in a few minutes, but we need more pets of the week. So
look how little.
Let me put our email up here. Let's see. Okay, there's the email where you can send pets of the week. And I think most of you that's watching tonight, you've already sent yours, but maybe you have others. What's that young girl holding it? Oh. Show them the picture. None of them said, bring it, I'll show them. She showed me that picture of when our German Shepherd was just a baby. That's the day we picked her out. And I was asking, who's that young girl holding that puppy? She's looking through pictures of it. Thank you, Yankee Bell. I enjoy playing and singing, but I know a lot of times with these microphones and stuff, it doesn't come through sounding too good. I don't know. Y'all have to tell me. So if y'all say it sounded good, thank you very much.
Well, go ahead and do your picture. I can't find it. I'll find it after you do it. So.
What else is in the news? Have y'all seen some other than what I was just talking about? Is anything else in the news that y'all found fascinating this week or interesting or whatever? I know. Did y'all see that young girl holding that puppy in that picture?
She's snoring.
Yeah, and that puppy's so big, she's over there snoring right now.
Now 110 pounds.
Yeah, 110 pounds. They grow. They get to be kindly big.
Veg.
So we went to the villages. I don't know. We might talk about this last. We've done a live since we went to the villages, haven't we?
I don't know.
I think we did. I don't know. We spent a week over in the villages. Had a good time. It was fun. I put together a video of that visit. I think I put it out.
When did we go?
It was this morning. I think that video dropped this morning.
When did we come? When did we come back?
Y'all can't hear it, but our big German Shepherd's over snoring.
Loud.
Yeah, no, we both look like, really? That's coming from her. We came back. What day did we come back? On Thursday?
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, that was Sansa in the picture.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what day we came back, but anyway, we
Well,
had
we
a good
just
time.
went to. We come back and then we had to go to that wedding.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to go out of town to a wedding. But we've been busy.
So we did do it live Thursday. What's today? Today's Thursday. Oh.
Yeah. All right, so in Belgium, and a 78-year-old was stabbed to death because he by mistake stepped on I'm going to say the foot of a teen. That was crazy. What's this world coming to? You know, we got people now that just they don't value life. They don't put, just like that. They'll kill somebody
killed that
over
woman
nothing.
That what was
Yeah,
she?
well, here we had a senator. She's a Democratic senator, and she was the only one that voted with the Republicans on this bill. And it's
And
crazy.
that night she was shot.
Yeah, this
killed.
crazy
Her and her
Democrat
husband.
guy, went and killed her and her husband because she voted a way that he didn't think she should have voted. And that's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So stepped on a guy's foot on a bus, and then the guy stabbed him. It's crazy. And heroes, it's not just over there. We have that same kind of stuff happens over here.
That on that subway. Remember that man lit that woman on fire?
Yeah, we had a guy lit a woman on fire on a subway because
For
of
no
something
reason.
stupid. Yeah, I don't even think it was a reason. He
She was
just did
sleeping.
it. Just
That woman was sleeping.
I don't know. This whole world's just gotten crazy. I think crazy junk has always happened, but in this day and age, we have instant awareness of things. When something happens, it hits the internet or the web or TV or cable or
Thieves.
and we know, we see and hear about things that used to you didn't hear about. All we had was newspaper and a couple of the evening news was on for an hour each evening, and they couldn't cover everything. But now you got 24-hour news outlets, you got the internet and TikTok, and just tons of ways. So everything that happens, everybody hears about it. You hear about all the stuff. Yeah, most of the time they get caught. But I don't know. If the thought of doing something like that ever crossed my mind, the next thought would be I would spend the rest of my life in prison. And that's enough deterrent for me right there. I don't know if people in the moment they think, well, I can do this and get away with it. It don't work that
It
way.
don't look
You're
good in
going to get
orange.
caught. And now you're looking at, I can't stand the thought of thinking of being in a prison setting for 20, 30 years or the rest of my life.
Or even a week.
I don't even want to be there a week. I spent one night in jail. That was enough. And we'll leave that right there. But I don't get it, because these young kids, 18, 19, 20 years old, some of them younger than that, will go out and rob a store or kill somebody, or they don't even think that I'm probably fixing to spend the next 10, 15 years in a prison. That's just, they don't think about the consequences. I don't understand that.
I watch a lot of those Dateline and stuff. They get caught
Yeah, they get caught. Most of the time they get caught. I guess occasionally
Sometimes-
somebody gets off with something, but it's rare.
But sometimes it might take a few years.
Hmm.
Sometimes they do get away with it, but most of the times, 10 years they'll come around and knock it because now the technology is much better.
Uh-huh.
I just sent it.
Oh,
I did
Which
like some
email?
long photos.
all right. Let me see. She sent me a picture. Let me go find it. Can't get it yet. So you was there to doing some maintenance work. Yeah, and you got an inside look at what it's like, and you're right. You don't. Nobody wants to live like that.
I would hope they wouldn't want to live like that.
I would have never created. I would have never done a major crime anyway. I mean, I just wouldn't. I was raised better. I have some morals, and I think I'm a good person. But if the thought ever did cross my mind to do something, like I say, my next thought would be, if I do that, I'm going to spend years, if not life, in prison. And that's enough deterrent for me. But I guess a lot of these kids, they don't even think about that. Or if they do, they don't care. And I can't even understand that. All right, Elvis has left the building.
Oh, I'm just.
All right, y'all ready for our pet of the week? We'll do the pet of the week, and then we'll get off of this thing. We've been on here an hour, but most of that was
It's
Elvis.
dark now.
Most of that was Elvis. They had Elvis tonight, and they got what they paid for on the music.
They did. Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Here is the pet of the week. Looks like a black chihuahua.
Aw.
So, anybody want to guess whose pet this is?
Do you have a name?
The name of this pet is Francesca. It was a Spanish dog. It was Chihuahua. 3:30 at night. Well, actually, that's 3:30 in the morning, Chris. I got up about 3:30 this morning. A little after that, maybe about 3:45 this morning. And I don't mind getting up early. I'll do it fairly often. But, being retired later on in the day, middle of the day, if I want to lay down for an hour or so and get a little nap, I get a nap. And that's what I did today. I got up real early, but I took a nap, about a 30, 40-minute nap in the middle of the day. That's all I need. We appreciate you being with us in the middle of the night over there in Belgium. Hey, Chris, do me a favor. I want to see the kind of the landscape over there where you live, what it looks like. Is it mountainous? Is it flat? Is it really green? Whatever. But take a picture and
Not Wednesdays.
maybe tomorrow when y'all are doing y'all's thing and I'll pop in, you can show me a picture of what it looks like where you live. I'd like to see that. All right, Miss PJ says Yankee Bell. No, that's not Yankee Bell. Hero says that's Wednesday's pet. No, that's not Wednesday's pet. But the person whose pet this is in here tonight. I will say that. That's a hint. send me. You can email them to me. That'd be good. That's my email right there on the screen. I'm just curious. I'd like to see see what it looks like over there where you're at. I bet it's pretty.
Peggy.
Peggy. Nope.
Who's
Nope.
Peggy?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Good guess.
I'm not sure who Peggy is, but no.
Okay, tell them who's.
All right.
Wait.
What?
What's her nickname?
Who?
Franny Cakes.
Oh yeah, the nickname of this dog was Franny Cakes. Georgie. No, let me just. This was Sansi's dog.
My pup.
She passed away. How long has she been gone now?
2000.
No,
2020.
I was fixing to say.
2020.
You was off by about 20 years.
2020.
Yeah, she passed away in 2020. We had her for what, 13 years? 15? Had her about 15 years. She was a good dog, but she was Sansi. You know, a Chihuahua attaches to one person, and that one definitely attached to Sansi. That was her dog. And we had her for a long time. She passed away in 2020. By that time, we had the German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she moped. She moped for a few days after that Chihuahua died.
I finally had to start giving her cheese on her food to get her to eat.
Yeah, the German Shepherd. When the Chihuahua passed away, the German Shepherd quit eating. Santi had to start putting cheese on her food
To get her to
get her to eat. But she's over it now. She's got her weight back. But yeah, that was our little Chihuahua. All right, Chris, send me a picture of your cat and we'll make that pet of the week. I've kind of run through y'all's pets that y'all sent me, and I had to put one of ours up there. I'd rather put y'all's up there. So if y'all have.
Franny Cakes is special.
And she was special. She was special, all right. No, she was a good dog. We had her for a long time, and we miss her. But you know, pets don't live that long. You get a pet, you pretty well know there's going to come a day when they're either going to have to be put down or they're going to pass away. Just enjoy the time you have them.
I do have to say, Chihuahuas have personality.
Ooh, don't they though? They have personality for sure. Yeah. So I was going to ask you guys that we have monetized, and Georgie, thank you so much. You was a big help of getting us past that 1,000 mark. But we have monetized now, and I was wondering, did y'all have any commercials pop in tonight on our live? I'm wondering if commercials are popping in. We don't see them. But yeah, we love our pets. We've always, or most always, had some kind of animal. I had horses back in the day, but I haven't done that.
She was our first house dog.
Yeah, and that was kind of unintentional. Actually, our daughter got that Chihuahua, and then she was working, and she kept leaving her with us, and the dog attached to Sansi. And then the daughter didn't like it, so she just left her with us, and she went and got another dog. Yeah, she was. If she was holding her, you couldn't reach and get that dog. That dog would eat you up. Well, act like gonna eat you up anyway. Now Santi could hand her to you, and that was fine. But you couldn't reach and grab the dog from her. Okay, I was just curious if any ads popped up while we were live.
So if we give her a treat, she'd set it down and back up and lay down, wait.
Yeah, I would have to act like I was going to get that treat. And then she would growl at me, and then she would go get it to eat. It's almost like a game. She had to act like she had to fight for that treat before she would eat it. But she would sit it down in the floor out in front of me, just so I would act like I was going to get it, and then she would growl at me and grab it and go eat it. She was a good one. We lost her on like New Year's Day or night.
New Year's Day.
2000, yeah. But she had 15 good years. She ruled our house for 15 years. Yep. All right. Well, look, we managed to get an hour tonight. We appreciate y'all coming in here and hanging out with us this evening. Thanks for joining in the chat. That always really helps make the time go by as you guys talking with us. So we did establish tonight that you ladies have started or made known that there is a Sansi Mafia.
Mm-hmm. And I'm always right.
Sansi Mafia.
Just ask.
And they are always right.
Yes, just ask. I'll tell you.
Thank you, Chris. Look, go get you some sleep, and I'm looking forward to seeing how your projects turn out. I've been watching you painting on those, and I've been watching Miss Coot doing her. I don't even know what they call it. She's got the mold she paints, and then she puts the stuff in there, and it gets hard, and it turns out really pretty.
Save Larry.
I don't even know what that's called. That's right.
Pottery?
#save Larry. No, it's not pottery. It's like she's got these silicone molds, and she puts paint in there first, and then she fills it with a stuff that gets hard, and then it comes out. It's really, really pretty stuff. But anyway. All right, we'll have the bird feeder in the morning from 7 to 9. Miss PJ's in there in the mornings, and she picks a bird every day, and she posts fun facts throughout the stream about that particular bird. And it's some pretty interesting stuff she puts out there. So in the morning, if y'all feel like it, come watch our bird feeder from 7 to 9. I know Mama Coop has been going live in the mornings at her office and all that, but hey, y'all can have multiple tabs up, have 2 or 3 of them running. We enjoyed having a live tonight. Again, we apologize for being late. Next week we'll be on time, but weather kind of kicked us this afternoon. So, it's Larry and Santi with Forever Huffs Living saying, we'll see you down the road. Bye, y'all.